Chapter 1. Tragedy strikes in the land of Moab. During a time of famine, a woman named Naomi faced immense loss. Her husband and 2 sons had died, leaving her with 2 Moabite daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth. Grieving and destitute, Naomi decided to return to her homeland, Bethlehem, where she had heard the famine had ended. Before leaving, Naomi urged Orpah and Ruth to remain in Moab, where they might find new husbands and rebuild their lives. Orpah tearfully agreed, but Ruth made a heartfelt declaration. "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Moved by Ruth's loyalty, Naomi allowed her to accompany her. Chapter 2. A new beginning in Bethlehem. Upon arriving in Bethlehem, Naomi and Ruth faced hardship. They had no money or land, so Ruth offered to glean in the barley fields, collecting leftover grain to sustain them. By chance, or perhaps by divine providence, Ruth ended up in the fields of Boaz, a wealthy and kind-hearted relative of Naomi's late husband. Boaz noticed Ruth's diligence and kindness. Hearing of her devotion to Naomi, he ensured Ruth was treated with respect and offered her extra grain to take home. Ruth shared the news with Naomi, who recognized Boaz as a potential kinsman redeemer, someone who could marry Ruth and restore their family's fortunes. Chapter 3. A bold proposal. Following Naomi's advice, Ruth approached Boaz in a traditional act of humility and request for protection. One night, after the harvest celebrations, Ruth lay at Boaz's feet as a sign of submission and trust. Surprised, Boaz praised Ruth's courage and integrity, assuring her that he would do everything in his power to fulfill her request. However, there was a complication. Another man was a closer relative and had the first right to redeem Ruth. Boaz, determined to act honorably, approached the man at the city gate in front of witnesses. The man declined, allowing Boaz to marry Ruth. Chapter 4. A joyful redemption. Ruth and Boaz married, and their union was blessed with a son, Obed. Naomi's sorrow turned to joy as she cradled her grandson, who would become the grandfather of King David, establishing Ruth as part of the lineage of great kings and later Jesus Christ. Through her faithfulness, Ruth's life was transformed from one of grief to one of profound purpose, leaving a legacy of love, loyalty, and redemption.